back then everybody was doing features. They was going to all the film festivals and they was making no money. I was like, I'm not keep making the film festivals rich. I'm going to make some money too. And that's what I did.
Antoine, your first film cost $25,000 to make?
Yeah, Life's Too Short. Mm-hmm.
And it's a feature, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you made how much from it?
$80K.
So you were able to essentially more than triple your money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how does that happen?
Well, premieres, movie premieres. I did a lot of movie premieres. For Life's Too Short, I did a lot. I went like on a tour with that film. And then I sold merch at the film festivals. I did Life's Too Short merch. So I did a lot of festivals. I won like over 20 awards. So I sold merch at the festivals. I did a lot of premieres and yeah, did really good for me.
And so these premieres, they were all in the New York area?
Yeah, New York. I did some in South Carolina, but mostly in New York.
Oh, so you traveled. What's in South Carolina?
It was a festival I was at, and they really liked it, and I brought it out there. It was good. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so how many screenings do you think you did to make that 80,000?
Probably, say like 25, 30.
Wow. Over what span of time?
6 months.
Wow. So your life was just touring basically with this film almost.
I won't do it again, but yeah.
Why? It was a lot. It was a lot of work,
a lot of work.
Calling theaters and trying to get the right rate.
Mm-hmm.
Do the theaters pay you back on time?
No, so what I did was I bought it out. So I bought the theater out, and then I just took the ticket sales, the food, and all that, yeah. Because I don't want to do the whole wait for a theater. I didn't want to do that. So I just paid them out. So if I used 2 days, I paid them out. And I had my regular job to pay for all this stuff.
Okay, so then you were basically the cashier at the door.
Yep.
And then did you use an online ticket service?
Yes, I use Event Ticket, or I use PayPal, or Eventbrite. So,
Eventbrite, okay, yeah, great. So 3 different ways
Yep.
they could do it. Okay, great. The movie itself cost $25,000, you said? Where did the majority of the budget go?
House and actors. That's pretty much it. Because what I did was, Life's Too Short, you can watch it on my website. I used like 2-3 houses that look different, upstairs and downstairs. So I knew the homeowners. So I used their house, gave them a little money, but really just the locations and food and the actors is pretty much it. And it cost me a lot.
Aside from the $25,000 to make the film, Life's Too Short, how much did you have to spend on top of that to then make this $80,000?
Probably like another 25 maybe. Yeah, probably like another 25 for theaters and everything, yeah.
Theaters, merch. Did you do food too?
Yes, some places.
Okay.
Yeah, so like another 25, yeah.
And so, I'm sorry, your family's making this food?
No, some I get families, I have friends.
Oh, okay.
Or I did so in New York, I know a lot of restaurant owners. So I could get a little money to do a catering for the thing, and we do cross promotion, stuff like that.
Oh, I see, okay.
But sometimes like this is like a mom and pop restaurant that wants some promotion. I might do like a little video film, like a promo video, and we do like a little trade-off with food, or I give them a little money for the foods. So it's all about negotiating.
Okay, and then some of the money, because you were working at the time or right before it, so you were paying for these theaters and things. Okay. Can we break down how much money came from the screenings versus the soundtrack versus the merchandise?
So for the soundtrack, I didn't really make a lot of money off the soundtrack. I made more money off the merch and the ticket sales. So the bulk of it came from shrink ticket sales and merch. So majority of it came from, if you total everything, a majority came from the merch and the ticket sales.
And so you kind of do a deep dive into what you should be charging, or do you always charge like a set price?
I try to stay at the 20. At that time, I stayed at the 20 mark, but now when I do my premieres, I do more $30.
Did you license the movie or sell any DVDs?
No, it was straight. I didn't. At the time, I said, let me just do trainings. I wasn't even thinking about that. I just did. I didn't do none of that stuff. Nope. I should have done that, but I didn't do it.
What year was this?
2000. I want to say 2005.
2005. Okay. So, what would you have done differently now
Nothing. Everything I did was what I was supposed to do. 'Cause I was still learning. Because life's too short. What I did was Split Decisions was my first short. I went from a short to a feature. Most people don't do that, but I felt confident, so I didn't do a whole bunch of shorts. I did short feature.
Does the movie still make money for you?
No, but
Why not?
it allows me. It was years ago, and also what it did was it built my confidence up, and I won a lot of awards, like a lot. So when I pitch in, I'm doing things. Award-winning filmmaker. It sounds nice. So it did a lot. The most money it did for me was experience, because it really showed me that I don't have to wait for nobody. I could literally do this. Like, I could do this with me and my team. We could knock this out. So it gave me just a lot of confidence. Because back then, everybody was doing features. They was going to all the film festivals and they was making no money. I was like, I'm not keep making the film festivals rich. I'm going to make some money too. And that's what I did.
Did you ever get your festival fees waived?
No, I paid for everything.
Okay, they never waived it for you. Mm-hmm. So let me see if I understand the numbers then. So you basically spent $25,000 to make the film, and then you spent another maybe 20 to get it out there on the 6-month festival run, and then you ended up making a total of 80,000 back over 6 months. How does somebody do that? Like, can they do that over and over again, or it really had to be certain movies, certain crowds, certain times, certain festivals?
Yeah, I mean, it's all strategy. So the strategy I said, listen, for the first few months, I'm going to do festivals. Because festivals take a while to get back to you. So when the festival was getting back to me and I was winning awards and everything, I started lining up. Okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, just to build the buzz up. And yeah, it's all about the strategy of how to do it. Because what happens is when you submit to those festivals, they don't get back to you like 4 months later. They don't get back to you. And so when it would start getting back to me, because a lot of times I submitted to the festivals that was from January to like around summertime. So once they start getting back to me back to back, I use that momentum to start the tour. Because now it's winning awards and everything. I'm an award-winning filmmaker. So it's all about lining up and timing up.
Have you ever thought about writing a book?
Actually, my book comes out next year at Christmas. It's called Stop Asking for Permission. And it's basically about a lot of times we wait for someone to validate us. So it's called Stop Asking for Permission. So I have 25 steps. That's going to be out. So I'm excited.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How many pages is the book?
It's short. It's like 40 pages. Yeah.
You're going to sell it on your own site, or you're going to go through?
I might go to Amazon. It depends on the numbers, because I don't know how the numbers look like on Amazon. So I'm going to see how the numbers look. But I will sell hard copies on my site too.
Nice. And then you can also do speaking engagements now.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do a short film that's attached to the book called Lost Child. And it talk about my childhood, how I was lost and I found myself. So when I do the book signings, I'm going to have a short film, a part of it. So you get to watch the short film. That's another thing about the business side. So I'm doing a book with a short film. Once COVID, that's why I'm doing it next year. I could do movie theaters with my short film in the book.
What did selling your first movie teach you about the business?
That when people tell you can't do nothing, you show them. It really gave me so much confidence, because when I was doing the film, I kept hearing, oh, if it's not on a big network, it's not going to go nowhere. You don't have no stars in your film. Who's going to buy it? You keep hearing this industry talk, because that's all they know. That's the information I'm going to give you. That's all they know. So once I realized, no, I came from the music business. It's no different. It's just a different product. And that's why this industry, or any industry, don't believe what they tell you. Write your own book. Because they would tell you stuff that make you feel like you belittle, you can't do this, you can't do that. You could do a lot if you just create your own world, create your own structure, and it will work out for you. You just got to trust yourself.
Did you ever get advice from people that were well-meaning? They weren't trying to tell you no, but that it just wasn't the answer you wanted to hear?
I get it all the times. But I have to realize, once again, I remember Antoine, it's your vision. I'm pretty sure a lot of people told him, well, you should do this, you should do that, because that's what they know. And a lot of times they projecting their fear onto you. So I don't really, unless you actually doing something that I feel like I barely listen to most people. Because I realize, I keep people around me that's smarter than me. So they always update me and stuff. Because if you're a smart person in the room, you're not going to learn nothing. So I always keep people around me that's know way more than me, and I know a lot too. But yeah, you get that all the time. It's just people. Sometimes they're trying their best. They don't know. They're just telling you, Antoine, you should do this. But at the end of the day, you gotta trust yourself, man.
How can you tell when they have your best interest in mind versus they're trying to stop you somehow and they're negative?
I don't. Yeah, I'm at this point. They just talk. I might listen to it. It depends how it comes to me. It depends on the energy, how they present it to me, and that's what I know. So it's all about how they presentation when it comes to me.
Okay, so it's not really what they say; it's kind of how
The
they.
presentation is how they say it.
Okay. Was your first feature film a success?
Yes, it was.
How confident were you that you could duplicate that success?
I was very confident because I did it in the music business, and I knew with anything, if I did this one time, I could do it again. And I was confident. I won a whole bunch of awards. I remember when my film Life's Too Short got to the film festival in Spain. I'd never been to Spain in my life. I went out there and I seen that crowd. It was packed, and I was like, how? How? And it's the confidence. One thing about film festivals, it really builds your confidence, and that what it did for me. That it's a zillion people in this world. A lot of times we focus on industry people. It's a zillion people in this world. You just got to find your market and find your tribe.
Yeah, because there's been a lot of debate about film festivals and whether they're worth it or not, and is it just for the laurels? But I like what you're saying right here. So it's not just that. It's not just to put laurels on a website. Yeah. It's that it built your confidence.
Yeah, it builds my confidence up. Now, is it worth it? But when I was doing it, it would build my confidence up. Because you go into all those different cities and state, you meet no people, so it built my confidence up. I use it as a tool. That's what festivals are, a tool. You have to use things as a tool. It's not there forever. So it's like a toolbox. You're gonna use your hammer for the nails. You're gonna use your wrench for something else. So festivals is a tool. Don't get stuck and caught up in it.
And why not now?
Because COVID.
Oh, okay. So if things were open and
yeah, it'd be still good, but COVID. Because now they have festivals online that it don't make no sense. And they charging fees. It's just the dumbest thing. I had a film festival for 4 years called Validate Yourself. I ended because of COVID. Because I don't feel comfortable charging filmmakers a fee to watch it online. That don't make no sense to me. Especially if you look at all the movies out right now that's on Netflix or the big stretch, but none of them got in film festivals. No one said, you know what? Because this film festival, I want to watch this movie. You never hear that. So now it doesn't have the same power like it used to.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, there's great films that you can watch online, but at the same time, part of being at a festival is just hearing the audience.
Yeah, it's a different experience.
Right.
You can't beat that online stuff. So with the films that do it, I shut my festival down because I didn't feel right charging fees for online. That made no sense.